This is Black Views, bringing you the Black news. Hey, what's going on today? How's everybody doing? Thank you for being here. And today, we're going to talk about the riots that have been going on lately in California. Remember, we've been talking about the foreigner, and notice now we're having, riots in Southern California. And this is opposed to ICE agents deporting illegal aliens. Like I said, I'm more of like an 80s baby. I'm an older gentleman. And, I've lived through this and I've been able to see the changes in America. And today we're talking about illegal aliens. I mean, we still haven't properly funded urban areas and figured out how to stop crime and figured out how to, get jobs in America so that, people can have wages that are comparable. All this that's going on, we still haven't resolved these issues. We still haven't resolved race issues in America. And now today, in 2025, we're having arguments. We're having riots about illegal aliens wanting to stay in our country. Sometimes it makes me wonder, what the hell is really going on? Is this a real movie or is this real life? When you look on YouTube and you start to see illegal aliens at the podium with support from the Democratic Party, you see them engaging with this. They have a lot of confidence about what they're talking about. But what bothers me the most is they don't have nothing to say about the cartel in their countries, man. These people need to go back where they came from. They have a homeland. We got a homeland. Here's another thing. The Mexican president, nothing. Nobody's saying anything. And then you start to listen to the rhetoric Gavin Newsom's using, talking about civil wars, talking about the rhetoric that Trump is using. This could start a civil war. No, what'll start a civil war is when you take resources away from issues that needed it the most, that's never been resolved, and you put them in other places, such as illegal aliens and other illegals coming from other places, coming to our country to receive funds, to receive checks, to receive clothing, to receive housing, see, these type of things are the elements that start a civil war, because you start to have different groups, kind of just looking at each other like, why should they get something? They're illegal aliens. But see, these games are all played by the politicians that are being, I'm not even going to say they voted into office anymore, because I truly can't believe some of these politicians, such as a Maxine Water, such as a Jim Clyburn, these people are around forever, bro. I'm talking about they are around, bro. Consecutive. A lifetime of what they would consider service, but there's nothing going on. Ain't been nothing going on. Everything is underfunded. There's never been enough. I was born in the 70s. So now here in 2025, it's like we missed something somewhere. There were a lot of issues that were never resolved. And so today I have some clips I want to share with you. And I'm going to do a reaction to it. So I'll be stopping from time to time, but bear with me. And let's move to the next scene.
Is required by the law enforcement people. They have to be treated medically if they're hurt. or if they are complaining of injury.
And keep in mind that these are people that are standing up on the overpass. They're throwing rocks down on police cars. So I think that's what President Trump was referring to earlier today. I mean, when I look at this, it's like this is a no-go. When I say a no-go, this is happening from people that are here illegally or criminals or people that are not. Because to me, it was seeming like the ones that didn't want to get caught or the ones that were hiding from ICE wouldn't be here. So these are people I think that have gotten to the point where they don't want to leave. So now they're going to go away kicking and screaming. Because remember, there was still hundreds of, I think 100 and something arrests of illegal aliens out here. It makes no sense to me. I mean, if I was illegal, I wouldn't be out here. But hey, this is the world we're in today.
And it's a very difficult endeavor.
Your reaction, Randy, we're watching live. I don't know how well you can see it from your vantage point, but we're watching live as we're seeing objects being thrown from protesters down onto the freeway where officers are staged. What does this look like to you?
I mean, you see that? Yeah, I mean, they're out there throwing projectiles,
In my
rock.
point of view, there should be officers deployed to take those individuals into custody and charge.
And look, you still have traffic going. There's still traffic going, and you have armed police officers. So this is a real dangerous situation. Now, there were talk about Gavin Newsom again. I mean, I don't understand. I hate to agree with the president, but he's a very incompetent man. I have yet to hear him say anything about what's going on.
With the felony crimes that they should be charged with, and anybody that interferes with those,
you see that folder?
They need to go as well. It's time to have people
fair use
penalty.
This is all fair use
doing
for educational,
dropping objects
and black community purposes.
Officers is simply something that should not be acceptable. And I'm telling you that somebody's going to be taking a live round if they're trying to kill a cop. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Look at that. Look.
And this is a situation that needs to be handled and needs to be handled quickly and efficiently.
And those are rocks. We see a number of good-sized rocks down there on the freeway. At least one back windshield looks to me to be smashed in. A number of those officers, what does it look like to you? Does it look like they might be gathered where they are simply so that they can be underneath the overpass? And
they're there for protection.
Way for any projectiles that.
And so this is why the National Guard needs to come in. The Marine or the active Marine units need to come in.
That is why they're under the overpass.
Those Marines are coming from
to protect them from
29 Palms, by the way.
Being pummeled by a large object. But and here's the thing: police can't and won't use deadly force in a situation involving property damage. That is not something that's in the rule book here.
What type of loser
would be them facing physical,
just blindly tosses the rock over the overpass?
Serious bodily injury. That's the criteria.
Looks like they're moving, and if you can, watch this.
And that's sad because you had traffic, live traffic.
Viewer discretion advised. We don't exactly know what's going to happen here, but if you can, walk us through what you're seeing. What does it look like?
So let's move on to the next scene here.
Meanwhile, the war of words between President Trump and California Governor Gavin Newsom shows no signs of calming down. The president defending his decision to deploy Marines and the National Guard to L.A. Earlier, during a House budget hearing, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Marines and the National Guard will protect federal agents.
Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of A lot of potential death.
I have 394 National Guard men and women down at the border. I imagine
He said 394.
they may even be pulled for this theatrical display.
I don't understand what's going on with the Democratic Party, but something is not right. I mean, it's very obvious to the thinking man if he looks Democratic Party. There's something going on over there, but they put everything over there before they're putting American citizens. I mean, I don't possibly see how they could win. I don't see how they're winning. This is why I say something is going on, and you got to understand it. You know, remember, they didn't want Trump there. They wanted to take Trump out of there before he even got the presidency. And hey, it's about to go down. Can you imagine if Biden would have won? What we would be talking about now? We will all be just going crazy.
Of toughness.
Newsom filed a lawsuit yesterday accusing the Trump administration of overstepping by deploying the National Guard without the governor's approval. The suit calls it a, quote, unprecedented power grab, and
This dude is suing the president because he decided he's going to send the National Guard. I'm sorry, he's going to send the Marine Corps from 29 pounds. You're only getting 700. It's not like you're getting a whole regiment. Or, I mean, it's just, I just don't understand what all the hoopla is about.
misuse of federal authority.
Like, look at the imagery here that we're looking at. Look at the chaos that's being allowed to happen. You know, it's being allowed to happen. And then on top of that, you have your politicians who are using words that can be deadly because you're basically what you're doing is it's like a hornet's nest, and you're trying to get it emotionally tied into these riots so there could be more damage done. And hey, you're not going to beat the police and you're not going to beat the Marine Corps. So I really don't understand what they say. And this is all over illegal aliens, about ICE agents taking illegals out of our country. Every war we have fought in, these people are only here to get what they can. They're hardworking. They don't care about the military men. They don't care about the police officers. They don't care about any service. Foundational Black Americans, our blood and our lineage is dipped into service to this country. Every war we have been a part of. These people are here illegally, and we're spending money on them. We're spending resources on them, and we still have Black babies dying in our streets. Let's go.
Meanwhile, the war of words between President Trump and California Governor Gavin.
We're gonna take it to our next scene here, and let's just hear it out.
I don't know why you're in my city. You did the governor was not contacted.
Okay, I just want to stop there for a second. I mean, think about who she's addressing. She's addressing the soldiers. She's addressing the National Guard, addressing the Marines. And what you have to understand is that they are part of our country's defense, and they're being asked to be there by the President of the United States. Why are you addressing them? Do you expect them to put their weapons down and cross over with you? What type of world are we creating? And listen, I'm just trying to tell you, for anybody out there that's listening, Maxine Waters does not speak for foundational Black Americans. She's a foundational Black American, but she doesn't speak for all. We're not all monolithic. So when you hear this type of ridiculous things or these conversations that are going on, this is part of a bigger, sinister plan of the Democratic Party. We're still trying to look and figure out what exactly we know exactly. take the resources away from foundational Black Americans and give it away to foreigners because they want you to feel that they are more deserving of this. They come from humble beginnings. They call a whole country now, a whole country named Mexico. They have one with a president, boxers, all type of shit going on in Mexico. But they're here. And they're here for asylum from who? The cartel? They don't fight the cartel, but they're here in America, burning shit up in the streets. Like, you know, that whole brigade of people that we saw in that overpass, that whole brigade of people that we saw, all these people up here can fight the cartel. The same way that they are throwing things into the street here in America, they can go to their homeland. And I know that someone will provide them with boots and utilities to do. So let's move on with what Miss Maxine Ward is saying.
This is Trump and his outrageous attempt to not only target our sanctuary city, but to frighten us and intimidate us.
What kind of sanctuary city can't control the crime in it? This is a backwards ass country, bro. You can't control the crime in your city. You can't control poverty in your city. You even got, like, remember they had to get all the homeless people out of LA. I mean, I'm trying to understand the logic here.
This is wrong. I hope that none of you will use those guns to shoot anybody. There's no reason to shoot anybody.
Who is she lecturing? Who is she? She's talking to the soldiers. These people been trained. I mean, they looking at you like, I mean, out of sheer entertainment. They're looking at the fact that this is an opportunity to chill. There's cameras out here. We're just gonna sit here right now. This is not a hot spot. This is, you know, and they're taking this in and saying this. So this is crazy, and it makes the Democratic Party look even worse. I don't know who they are. I don't know who Republicans are either. But I fuck with Trump.
Don't allow them to make your service in a service where you're killing people. Don't do it. Defy them. Don't shoot those guys for anything. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're just gonna look at this. Look at this parking structure here. So all of this graffiti is throughout the city, and this is just some overnight shit. Like, I mean, when I look at the writings on the wall, it's like uneducated people ain't writing like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you got acronyms, you got all types of stuff. Fuck ICE, fuck the cops. It's insane. And I think you know, black people take a posture of they ain't playing around with us. When I was growing up, they ain't playing around with us. You were suppressed. Okay. If you out on the street, oh, they was ready to bump your head. Remember, this was during the Rodney King era when I was coming up. So when today we look and we see this, it makes us say to ourselves, like, what the hell is this? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna leave that right there. Let's take it on back to the front. So in closing, I just wanted to show you how right now there's a lot going on. It seems more like distractions than anything. Real easy things that could be controlled. Same as crime. Crime could be fought if they really wanted to stop it. And this is very dangerous because you're festering up an adversary that you don't know. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know if this is the cartel in here. You don't know what this is mixed up with. And when I look at Gavin Newsom, you know, it just kind of makes me like he's not even. I feel like he's not a governor who's trying. and trying to keep the people safe. And they keep doing it to LA. You see what I'm saying? They keep doing it to LA because they're being told to do it to LA. Okay, because you got Mexicans all over California, and I don't think majority of them are in are in LA. So we're gonna leave it at that. Some more things to think about. Once again, foreigners are being the object of our distraction. We're not talking about how to better America. We're not talking about how to better the people in America. We still not even talking about that. We still have to talk about foreigners. And then you have a whole party that wants us to have empathy for illegal aliens when there are black children. There are mothers that are having children that are killing other children. Like Miss Maxine Waters. She's a black woman. I have yet to hear her talk about how we could have solutions today. How black women could be taught properly how to teach their children. Not all black women are bad, but you can't separate yourselves from each other. There needs to be correction. But she spends more time talking about this. The same thing with Jasmine Crockett. Same shit. Just talks about nothing about the black woman and the black family. Because see, the black woman produces two types of children, a boy and a girl. So all the boys that become men, that become non-producers, were produced by the same women that are saying. I'm gonna leave that one right there. But this is Black Views, bringing you the Black news. Please like, also subscribe, and I'm gonna see you on my next video. Holla when you hear me. Don't fear me.